Oh, okay. There we go. Hi, everyone. Thanks for dealing with us as we deal with a few technical difficulties. Sorry, we're getting started a few minutes late. We're going to give it just a few more minutes to allow a few more people to get into the stream, and then we'll go ahead and get started. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our virtual parent and family welcome reception. If you moved your student in today, we hope that you had a great move-in experience. And if you haven't moved in yet, we can't wait for your student to get here. We had such a fun day today, and we're looking forward to many more fun days this semester. We had somewhere around 200 students move in today, and they'll continue to arrive throughout the next few days, and then later during our second round of move-in in September. On behalf of the entire Housing and Residential Life team, we want to say welcome and let you know that we are so excited that fall semester is finally here. Move-in day and the welcome week that follows is such a special time for students and their families. And the purpose of this welcome event in particular is to tell you more about the services that are available to your students, how we will support their academic and personal well-being during their time at Stan State, and of course, answer any questions that you might have. My name is Katie Billiot, and I am the Communications and Occupancy Management Specialist here in Housing. And today I am joined by members of our amazing housing staff who will each share a little bit about what they do and how your student might interact with them. If at any time you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box and we will go ahead and answer them. We will also have time for a Q&A session at the very end of our panel. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass things over to Renee Giannini, our Director of Housing and Residential Life.
Thank you, Katie. I also want to welcome you to Stan State Housing. Thank you for being here. We know that this is a time of transition, both for you and your student. And I want you to know that we have a great team here for help through transitions. The learning environment starts with a safe environment. And you probably saw that at move-in day, where we had expectations of vaccinated students, testing requirements, and throughout this year, we'll have expectations of testing requirements in our community to include communication, honesty, and working with us and the entire housing team. It takes all of us to keep our community safe and healthy. We're looking forward to a great year with your student, and we're looking forward to a safe, engaging, and fun time here. Katie, I'm going to pass it back over to you.
Thanks, Renee. Next, we will hear from our Assistant Director of Residential Education, Dr. Jessica Betancourt-Wojciechowski.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for the introduction. A little about myself as the Assistant Director for Residential Education. My background is at Stan State. I was a Stan State student. I completed my bachelor's degree, master's degree, and doctorate all at Stan State. So I've been around for a while, watched many students come through our doors, My working background is in academic advising and career advisement, and that's what I did before I joined the housing team. And now being part of the housing team, my role is really designing, implementing and overseeing our academic and career support services in housing and residential life. We spend a lot of time and care making sure that your student has what they need to be successful academically and as a whole person. So my focus is really on student success and academic achievement. Areas within residential education include our living learning communities. We have a few different living learning communities along with some academic partnerships that we are very proud of here in housing. Our first living learning community is our Elevate first year and second year living learning community, really focused on first generation student support and transition to college. We have a wonderful faculty mentor that works with us in that program, Dr. Jennifer Pace Whitman, and she is available for different appointments and mentoring of students in that community. And students in that community are also able to take an MDiS course together along with an English course, which is a wonderful opportunity to have an academic experience in common and then be able to live in residence together also. We also have a social justice living learning community. That's a partnership with our ethnic studies department. And students in that community can take an ethnic studies course, one in fall, one in spring. And then we have our honors living learning community as well. And students in the honors program are able to live together and take courses together as well. Academic advising, in just a moment, you'll hear from Juliana, who will talk all about our academic advising support for our residential students, so I won't get too into that. We also have peer academic coaches, which are high achieving students who are in their second, third, and fourth year, maybe a little beyond, who have done really well in their courses and are here to mentor your student as they are transitioning to college life. We also have 2 student success interns this year. Our student success interns are new positions, and those are students that have completed their bachelor's degree and have come back and joined us to be able to support your student as well. And they'll be operating out of the academic hub, which is Suite 100. Please encourage your student to stop by Suite 100. We have lots of school supplies, giveaways, computers they can check out. We also have a laptop lending program, printing services. The hub hours are going to be Monday through Thursday in the afternoon and evenings, and then a few hours on Sunday as well. And more information about that will be coming. I am going to kick it back over to Katie.
Thanks, Jess. So as Jess mentioned, next we will hear from Juliana DeMello, our academic success advisor.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. My name is Juliana DeMello. I'm the academic advisor here on housing. I'm so excited to have our students back on campus for this semester. Some of the things that I will be helping the students to navigate through college throughout this term and throughout the whole academic year includes the degree progress, also helping the students navigate and understand their syllabus, their courses, grading scales, attendance policies. Also, how are the ways that the student can contact their professors and establish that communication? I also serve as a way to connect the student and their faculty and the professors on campus. The way that I best describe myself to all my students is that I'm here to fight for them, protect them, help them with their classes, help them navigate through college, help them in a holistic way that will help them achieve their academic success. Academic and career success, I would say. Nowadays, the bachelor's degree, it's no longer a plus when a student graduates, it's a requirement. It's a lot of the times expected when looking for a job. So we need to also empower our students and give them opportunity and work experience and things that they can start working now. And that's my job, to connect them to their dream jobs and also to the future that they have for when they finish college and if they decide to go into graduate school. That's also something else I'm here to assist them. Another thing that I am always happy to help the students is to establish a study plan, a schedule, and also work with their GPA and make some projections with their grades. And also navigate with some of the resources we have on campus. So we are a small community, and referring to the other resources that we have here, it's a very important part of my position. And as Dr. Wachowski mentioned, I do have peer academic coaches that work in partnership with me and with our associate director. The peer academic coaches are here to support the students in a student-to-student way. So they are also students and they understand the struggle. They have been through the same classes. They have the experience of being a student here at Stan State, and they can contribute a lot working in partnership with me as the academic advisor. So I'm really excited for the semester, and I look forward to helping all of the students and meeting each and single one of them and establishing a career and academic plan. So I'll go ahead and kick back to you, Katie.
Thanks, Juliana. So next we will hear from our student account specialist, Liliana Jimenez.
Thank you very much, Katie. Hi, everyone. Liliana Jimenez, student account specialist here at Housing. In my role, I have the opportunity to assist students with a variety of finance or account-related items. So this may include creating a financial plan, submitting a housing payment, removing financial holds, just overall helping resolve any outstanding account balances. So again, setting up payment plans, reviewing financial aid awards with students to see how it potentially affects their housing charges payments. So just an overall understanding of how to navigate university finances. And so to schedule an appointment, students can visit the current housing webpage and select the current residence tabs, and here they'll find a link to the appointment scheduler. We're looking forward to this upcoming semester, and with that, I'll go ahead and kick it back to Katie.
Thanks, Lily. Next, we will hear from our residential life coordinator, Alex Ost.
Thanks, Katie. So hi, everybody. My name is Alex. I am one of the two residential life coordinators that works here on campus with our students. And I want to welcome everybody that we saw today. Some of you may have seen me out at the check-in table when you arrived. And for those of you that are maybe arriving for the rest of the weekend or later in September, I can't wait to meet you and see you when you get here. So welcome. So I want to talk a little bit today about what my role is with housing and with our students that live here on campus. So my role, like everyone else in our department, is primarily just providing support to the residents. And so within the scope of my duties, it relates back to their living experiences, whether that has to do with their roommates or just adjusting to living away from home for the first time. I know for some of our students, this first time being away from home, maybe very far away. They may be coming from a lot farther away than others. And so it's an adjustment period for them. And I'm here to help make that adjustment go a little bit more smoothly. I'm here to provide resources and help refer students to other areas on campus. So if they come and speak with me, I can refer them to our academic team or our financial support team and just other offices on campus that they may need resources from. Also do a lot with roommate conflicts. So if there's any students that are having troubles with their roommates, anything from, some simple cleaning disagreements to noise and volume disagreements to whatever you can think of, our goal is to help have an easy conversation to try to mitigate that and repair that relationship. I can also help with room changes if students are interested in looking for a different room type. Maybe they're looking for something that has a different cost, maybe more affordable, or different amenities like having a kitchen or having a double bedroom versus a single bedroom. So I can help students with room changes. And then just overall in general, we're here to help for the health and well-being of our students, right? So sometimes with those adjustments to living away from home for the first time, they may be experiencing anxiety and maybe feeling depressed, maybe struggling with their courses, and that's adding some stress to their life. And we're here to help them get through that and find the resources that they need to help with that. I also work very closely with our some of our student assistants. So I work closely with the RA team, the resident assistants, and their purpose here, much like mine, is to help with their adjustment to living on campus. They also, can refer to different resources, can help with roommate conflicts. They're here to make sure that our residents are doing well, and if they need help, that we're there for them. They also do a lot of programming and community development. So they'll be putting on floor events throughout the year, and activities that students can meet each other and get to know each other. Putting up some bulletin boards to share some good information with the community. The RAs also participate in a duty rotation. So we always have an RA on duty to respond. And, if there's anything from a simple lockout to someone who needs medical assistance, they will answer the phone 24 hours a day. So I help them with that as well. Another aspect of my role is working with students and our housing policies. So if there are some students who may have violated a policy, I will meet with them to discuss the purpose of that policy and help them kind of understand the impact it has to others in the community, so that for the future, they don't have those same issues and that they're able to live here and contribute positively to our community. Last, I also want to mention that I'm part of an on-call rotation for our housing community. So if there's emergencies that are after hours and the RAs maybe need some assistance from the professional staff, they can call for one of us who is on call, and we can come to emergencies, to student crises, whether that is, a medical emergency, maybe someone got injured or is not feeling well. Maybe someone is also just struggling with their depression, anxiety, or other emotional needs and having a hard time. We're here to respond and provide that help and support for those students. So that's a little bit about just what I do day to day working with our team. So I just want to thank everybody who is joining us today and welcome you all. If you want to reach me, my email is aaust@csustan.edu, and you can really easily find that on the website. So thank you so much. Welcome. And I hope that you have a great weekend. And I'm going to kick it back to Katie.
Thanks, Alex. And just a reminder, if you're just now joining us, if you have any questions for any members of the housing team, please feel free to drop them in the chat and we are happy to answer them for you. So next we will hear from Danielle Rankin, our residential programs coordinator.
Thank you, Katie. Hi, everyone. So I am Danielle. I am the program coordinator here at Housing. This year, we're really excited about our programming, or our events for our residents. We are focusing more on our resident assistant and our peer academic coaches engagement with the residents, because we really want to focus on building those connections with their peers. And in doing that, they're going to help to bolster those feelings of belonging in the community. So that's really exciting to see the additional programming from the RAs and the PACs. We will still have a lot of our signature programs. So our huddles, which will be hopefully in person soon or outdoors. And then we will also have some of our themed social type events. We have many contests coming up, like door decorating contest or window decorating contest, social media challenges. Right now we have one going for move-in days, which is an Instagram photo challenge. We're going to run that every day. So you can encourage your residents to participate in that to win some great prizes. We're also going to be running our bulletin boards, as Alex mentioned a little bit before. Great information on these bulletin boards for the residents. Also, once a month, there will be a hidden Titus, our mascot, in one of the bulletin boards. And if the residents find that Titus and fill out the form, they can win a $5 Dutch Brothers gift card. So kind of some fun stuff there. We also have our new Village Connection Hub. It's our programming space where residents can come and find out what's happening in the villages. They can also sign up for events here. They can also take home some grab and go activities if they're feeling a little like they want to do something, but they don't necessarily want to attend an event. We'll have some activities that they can take out into the community and either engage with their peers. They can grab a couple and do, painting, rock painting, things like that with their friends. Or if they're just feeling like they want to enjoy the outdoors, that's great too. So like I said, really excited about programming this year and really looking forward to meeting the residents moving forward. So I will kick it back to Katie.
Thanks, Danny. Unfortunately, our campus dining services general manager couldn't join us tonight, so I will share with you a little bit about how our student meal plans work and the Warrior ID card. As you may know, meal plans are entirely uploaded onto a student's Warrior ID card. Over these last couple of weeks, we've sent multiple communications to your student about how to get their Warrior ID. So we ask that you please check in with them and make sure that they've sent a photo in for their card if they are a new student. And if they already did that, then they should receive their card when they move in their move-in bag. If your student does not yet have their Warrior ID card, please advise them to still go to the Village Cafe. They can still eat. They just need to have their student ID number, which they can pull off their MyStanState, or they should have that in their email. But so yes, if they don't have their Warrior card yet, they need to submit a photo as soon as they can. All of those instructions are on our move-in day webpage on our website. And again, all they need to do is go to the cashier at the Village Cafe and let them know their name and their student ID number, and they will be able to still order a meal. Starting today, the Village Cafe is open 7 days a week for brunch from 10 to 1 and then dinner 5 to 8. There is mobile ordering available through an app called Boost, and the cafe is also offering to-go and in-person dining. So we're super excited for that. We have been told that one other dining location is going to open, but it hasn't been confirmed what that is. I think we're all crossing our fingers that it's going to be the brand new Starbucks. But we will send that information to your student as soon as that is available. It's really important that they regularly check their StanState email. We send a lot of updates, especially right now at the beginning of the semester when there's still quite a few things that are still up in the air. If you have a student who has special dietary needs, or maybe they have food allergies, please have them reach out to Charles Pereira. He is the Chartwell's general manager, and we'll go ahead and drop his email in the chat. So again, if you have a student who maybe needs gluten-free options or just wants to look over the menu with someone and sort of understand how they can eat based on their dietary needs, Charles is happy to meet with that student and explain some of the options. So every month, starting September 1st, your student will receive a housing newsletter to their StanState email, and that is called the Village Verve. The Verve is sent to student emails on the 1st and the 15th of every month, and it will contain dining menus for that time period, as well as a ton of other important information. So that will include housing dates and deadlines, campus dates and deadlines, upcoming programming, academic advice, or upcoming workshops with Juliana and Jess, career workshops with the Career Center, and just a lot of important info. So that comes out on the 1st and the 15th of every month virtually. So now that you have all this wealth of housing knowledge, we'd like to review the chat for questions and answer any that you might have. Again, feel free to drop any questions you might have into the chat. It doesn't look like there's any there currently. You can also email our housing office at any time. The email is just housing@csustan.edu if you think of any questions, or you can give us a call directly, 209-667-3675. So it looks like Charles' email is now there in the chat. So again, if you have a student who has dietary needs, or if they have meal plan questions or dining questions, please direct them to Charles directly. I do also want to point out that this panel will continue to be available on YouTube even after this live stream has ended. So if you ever want to revisit it for any information, if you want to share it with anyone, then you can just share it right through YouTube. It will be available. It doesn't look like we have any questions, so I would like to once again welcome you to StanState and welcome your student to StanState. And on behalf of the entire StanState housing team, let you know that we're always here for you and your student. Have a wonderful evening. Again, if your student is already here, if you have helped with move-in day, we hope you had a wonderful, wonderful day. And if not yet, then we hope to see you soon.